This is Pete Moore back on Halo Talks NYC with my friends from the FDNY, Lieutenant Shane McEwen, Captain Kevin White, who I did a workout with, and my oldest friend in the crew, Battalion Chief John Regan. Welcome back to the show.
Great to be here.
Great to be here, Pete.
So we want to recap a pretty exciting November. About 6 months ago, John and I sat down after a firefighter training at the Rock, and he said, I need some fitness equipment, and we came up with a list of about 375 pieces that were needed inside the fire stations in New York, and we were kind of appalled to find out that these aren't funded by the city, and we wanted to figure out a way to get these into the hands of the firefighters as soon as possible. So we threw our first event on November 10th and then followed that up on November 17th. We had a number of fitness studios and health clubs participate. Happy to say we've got about $145,000 worth of equipment and cash. And I wanted to use this podcast as a recap of what we did, how we did it, how we're going to do it every year. And I've already gotten calls from people outside of New York that want to do this in their cities as well for other firefighters around the country. So, John, you want to just kind of kick off and kind of lay the groundwork of what we were faced with and how we attacked it?
Sure. First, that's incredible news. If other departments are going to do this across the country, that's incredible. So, yeah, basically what we did was I grabbed Shane and Kevin and said we need a pool of firefighters to head out to a number of locations on the 10th and the 17th to help get the word out that firehouses and the gym equipment inside is self-funded, that we pay for everything. So by Crunch taking the lead, as well as a number of other locations, we participated in most of the classes at these different locations, and the reception was absolutely incredible. People were a little surprised about the fact that it's self-funded, and then we're readily donating at the end of the class to the fund, to the FDNY Foundation, or through Venmo, or directly through the gym that they were participating in.
Yeah, and this is going to continue to be a rolling fund. So on halotalks.com/FDNY is the link to the Halo FDNY Fitness Equipment Fund. So we welcome people throughout the year when you have the itch to make a donate equipment and cash to this great cause. So Kevin and I had the opportunity to work out together. I would say I probably won if there was a fitness competition. No, actually, you probably outlasted me. But why don't you talk about your experience? Because I don't think you have the exposure, to some of these new fitness boutiques that are there, and the energy and the buzz and the culture. So
absolutely,
talk about that.
Absolutely, Pete. Yeah, this was a totally new type of workout for myself. Like I hadn't been exposed, like you said, I hadn't been exposed to these boutique gyms and places like Tone House and Switch Playground. They really blew my mind just with the music and the energy and the camaraderie, kind of like we have at the firehouse when we go to work. It's that way in the gym every time. It's really a great motivator when you go in that group setting and everybody's very positive and you're really busting your hump literally just to get that workout done. It's an hour that you don't forget, and it's very motivating. It's good to see.
And Shane, did you hit a couple of classes as well?
Yeah, I hit the basic boot camp at Crunch. Used to it, not a problem. But then I went down to the Lion's Den with John and walked in there and said, "Hey, this is gonna be a piece of cake. I just ran the New York City Marathon, no problems." And let me tell you, I came out of there and I told them, the whole class, the energy was great. They said, "How'd you like it?" I said, "I'd rather ran into a burning building." That's how hard it was.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow.
That's not to say the boot camp at Crunch was not difficult. It's just
Right.
Shane's level of fitness is...
Sure. Well, let's talk a little bit about, when you guys go on a call and there are certain requirements. You talked about this when we spoke last, but, certain types of buildings, you actually have to walk up the stairs. That's mandatory. So give us a little insight on that.
That's right. So Kevin loves to use the phrase, vertical city, right? So, but we're mandated, the fire department procedures require us to walk up any call that's on the 7th floor or below. We have to walk up. We can't take the elevator for obvious reasons. God forbid the elevator, breaks down on the 3rd floor. We're out of commission. but we're also carrying 60, 70, or even maybe 80 pounds of gear while we're going up that col. And firefighters require or need to be extremely physically fit and healthy to be able to be effective, because we're climbing those stairs and then actually going to work, right? Forcing the door, searching the apartment, doing whatever we are required to do. So again, Stairmasters, treadmills, anything that builds cardio is extremely important to have in the firehouse.
And what were you dealing with before we started this fund? Where were you getting the equipment from? Was it a lot of donations? Was it mostly guys bringing it in from their house? How did that work?
It's mixed, right? So depending on the area that you live in, in some cases, Manhattan firehouses, a plethora of gyms around the city, right, that can go to their local firehouse and donate. But then you can go to other parts of the city, and they're not going to have that resource. So it's self-funded. If they need a piece of equipment, whether it's dumbbells or a treadmill, they all chip in, whatever the cost may be, divided among the members of the firehouse. They purchase it and they maintain it.
So, what initiatives you think we can pull out of this? As we raise awareness, you think more health clubs and studios around the 5 boroughs, they'll just have this top of mind and might go to the local fire department. Maybe it's not people we touch, but just getting awareness out there.
Yeah, I just think having the awareness out there is great. Like if people, even at home, if they have an old treadmill, sometimes people make a purchase of a commercial grade treadmill and it turns into a coat rack or something in their house and they have no idea how to get rid of it. Just call your local firehouse and say, hey, I got a piece of equipment here that I'd like to donate, and it benefits everybody involved. And the gyms are always updating their equipment as well. They're getting new treadmills and steppers, and anytime they need to update their equipment and get rid of it, obviously the firehouse is a great resource to have just to go and help us out. Yeah, it's great.
And a lot of times, it even happened in this initiative that we had a female donated a rower machine that wasn't being used. And we told her this is going directly to a local firehouse. We even sent her pictures, gave her some firehouse T-shirts, so she knew exactly where that rower was going, to the members that it was going. The 2 gentlemen that helped me pick it up, it was going directly to their firehouse. So it's such a great homegrown experience.
So part of my vision for 2019, and John, you and I have discussed this, but having more events at Randall's Island at the Rock to get more companies to have team building events there. So you want to talk for a couple of minutes about what that experience is like, how many people we can accommodate, how many days a year you guys actually let people do that?
Sure. So what you're referring to is the FDNY intensive. It's for lack of a better word, a team building exercise where we bring students out and we take the lessons of leadership and teamwork from the classroom setting, we bring it into a practical sense, and we kind of put you into a pressure cooker and force you to make decisions and perform tasks. It's an incredible, as you attested to previously, it's an incredible day. We just received the spring dates from training, so we have some March and April and May dates. We're limited, obviously, on the number of dates that we, can do it. So we do about 6 in the spring, 6 in the fall. We already, I think, 3 of them are already scheduled. But it's an incredible day. Like, the people that come out think that they're a good team player or that they're good at communication. And in many ways they are, right? They're successful, let's say, in a business setting. But we're just going to make you a little bit better, right? We're going to teach you to plan a little better, to lead a little better. And the only way to do that is to come to the academy, participate through the day. And I think everybody's feedback that I've ever gotten was that they were extremely happy that they participated in the day. It was worth their time to come and participate.
Yeah, and I think one of the benefits of having one of our Halo Academy events there was we had several people from Crunch that worked in the franchisee and the franchisor companies, and they then became advocates of the FDNY Halo Fitness Equipment Fund and participating. So I think there's a circuitous benefit to everything that we're doing here. So as you look forward, I know you guys do some events, internal events where you've got stations competing against each other on the physical fitness side. So can you talk about what you've got planned for 2019 and how maybe instead of you guys renting or buying rowers, we can do it at row studio, or if there's a physical fitness heart rate monitor, and you're trying to do things like that we could start to integrate the Halo community with the FDNY. So when you want to do something, you know where to go.
Yeah, we would love to do some sort of row competition or Stairmaster climb. Get guys on there, see who can do the most flights efficiently, lowest heart rate, and just put that against the community as well. So it's not just firefighters. Hey, come on in. Let's see how you stack against the New York City firemen, and let's get like a dream team, all-star team, and see how we go there. And then we can also do like a partner up, one civilian with one firefighter, and then have them continue and have like a little March Madness or something of fitness. It should be a great time.
Yeah, it sounds great. Well, let's try and implement that as our spring event, and then also make sure we hit this goal by that point of $300,000. We're at 145 right now for the fund, and we're excited about where this is going. Obviously, it's the first event, but everything's got to start small. And it'll continue to grow. But John and I were on Fox News, so we made the news, and we've got a lot of people talking about it. So thank you guys for participating, making it happen, and I think collectively we could do great things.
I agree, and I just want to make sure that we give a thank you to Crunch, because they between Integrity Square, the Halo Group, Crunch, and these boutiques, the FDNY Foundation, we did an incredible job in that just 1 week of $145,000. It's incredible, and it's a great start.
Great. Well, thanks. Happy holidays, and Halo FDNY going forward.
Hoorah.
Hoorah. All right.